Arahang arahoti namina Arahang papang nakare Arahata palang patto Arahang namate namo Samma Sambuddha Jnanena Samma Sambuddha Desana Samma Sambuddha Lokasmin Samma Sambuddha Te Namo Vidya Charana Sampanno Passa Vidya Akasita Atita Nagatuppanno Vinja Charanate Namo Sugato Sugataktanang Sugato Sundaram Picha Nibbānam Sugatim Yanti Sugato Namate Namo Lokaviduti Namena Atita Nagate Vidu Sankara Sakamokase Lokavidu Namate Namo Anuttaro Jnana Silena Yolokassa Anuttaro Anuttaro Puja Lokasmin Tang Namasami Anuttaro Sarati Sarati Deva Yolokassa Susarati Sarati Puja Lokasmin Tang Namasami Sarati Devayakka Manusanam Lo Adantam damayantanam Purisa janyatenam Bhagava Bhagava Yunto Bhagam Kilesavato Bhagam Sansara Muttaro Bhagavanamate Namo Sanasumiran Doratu Erila Lo Satun Sit Sisil Veva Sielu Duk Dum Nas Nivila Daham Swadin Hada Niveva ගැටලු ඉඳ හිට නැගෙන තරමට විසඳුමත් සමග ඒවා සමාදානය සිසිලතිවී ලෝක සාමය උදාවේවා තුනුරුවන් සතු ගුණ බලෙන් ලොව හැම දෙනාටම සැප ලැබේවා වැරදි අදහස් නපුරු සිතිවිලි මෙත් සිසිල් බලයෙන් මැකේවා ලොවට වැඩ ඇති උතුම් ජීවිත බුදු බලෙන් බොහෝ කල් දිනේවා ලෝපුරා බුදු සසුන බැබලී ලෝක සාමය උදාවේවා Sorry, I forgot this morning that we had silk program. Okay, so just continue to relax. Stay in the present moment. Stay in the present moment. Just experience whatever your senses are bringing to you, but don't think. Without thinking, See if you could note things or observe things as if you were just born, how everything will look fresh and how babies will just experience things. So like that, just be like a baby without thinking, just be in the present moment. See whatever you're experiencing is pleasant or unpleasant or neutral. And if you see any unconscious thoughts coming in, just be aware of that too. That's all. Don't engage, but just know that thinking is happening without your control. It's just happening. So experience that. Just note the thoughts that they came, the way they came, they will go away if we don't invite them and if we don't entertain them. The thoughts will come and go. So all you need to do is observe this process without being possessive of it. Just be an outsider and watch it. And if you find it difficult to not to think, if you get engaged without knowing unconsciously, if you get entangled with this stream of thoughts, then what we can do, we can choose a conscious thought. You can think consciously. So let's choose a conscious thought that we all are familiar with. A really good thought to develop is to wish well to all beings, knowing that everyone's wish is to not to suffer, everyone wants to be free from all kinds of physical and mental suffering. So let's wish them well. May all beings be well, comfortable, peaceful, and happy. You can shorten it to may all beings be well and happy. But make sure you have this genuine wish in your heart that you want to see everyone being free from suffering and everyone being happy and peaceful. You can start it from you. Take you as a reference point to start. From there, you can go on concentric circles all around you from the immediate environment and incorporating, more and more and more. So starting from you, then the environment, immediate environment, then the place, then the suburb, then the village, then the state, then the whole country, and then the continent, and then the whole world, and then the universe, and the whatever living beings there may be. We are going to expand to may all beings be well and happy. So the beings on air, on the water, on earth, all beings may they experience good health, prosperity, long life, physical and mental stability, peace of mind, and happiness. May all beings be well, comfortable, peaceful, and happy. When you do that, The minute you realize your mind has wandered to somewhere else and you're chattering with that unconscious chatter, just release your mind, bring it to the present moment. And now you know your job is to bless the world, to wish everyone to be well and happy. Come and do your job. Just mind your own business. Remind yourself to mind your own business. Just continue to relax and be in the present moment with a good thought. Stay in the present moment. Just enjoy the present moment. It's only in this moment that we can experience life. Future is uncertain whether we won't know whether we are going to be alive or dead next minute. But we know for sure I'm alive right now. I have life. So enjoy the life in this moment. Don't paint it with misery, with anger, with pain, with fear, with all kinds of things that bring suffering. But just enjoy the moment. You're alive and peaceful and happy. We experience things keeping the peace of mind and with happiness. No matter what happens, we are okay. So we are training now. So when we open our eyes and go into the world, still we can learn to remain like this, calm and peaceful, yet engage with the world. So you will experience pleasant things, pleasant words, pleasant people, unpleasant people. You will see pleasant sights, you will see unpleasant sights. You will experience pleasant things, unpleasant things. But if you train your mind, we can face them equally, equanimously. We just remain calm and face them with equanimous. So when the unpleasant things happens, we are not sad, we are not upset, we are not angry, we are not frustrated, we are not afraid. When the pleasant things happens, we are not overly overwhelmed by that. We are not going to jump up and down. Because if you jump up and down when the pleasant things takes place, very soon when the pleasant feelings change, so that's why it's important to face these two the same way. No, nothing remains the same. Everything changes, everything happens in this moment. We don't know the next moment how it will be. So it's important we learn to face it with equanimity. So whether the things that we like or we don't like happens, we can remain calm and peaceful. As long as you're peaceful and calm, internally you will feel you're happy. So with this happiness, then we can face the world. we can respond to that situation without being upset, without getting emotional. So this is a training. What we are doing now is a training. So just train to be in the present moment without getting attached to anything, but just noticing and remaining peaceful and calm. But because you're getting thoughts from the past and you also will get thoughts about the future, they, depending on the context of those thoughts, you may get upset, you may get angry, you may get afraid, you might get desires, you might get frustrated, it might lead to anxiety and worries, it might lead to sadness. So we know now it's just the thoughts that's doing it, and all these thoughts that come from the past are dead. We can't do anything in the dead past. We can't alter it. So those thoughts are about a dead past. They don't have power. But because the thought has the power to stimulate our glands, the glands secrete the hormones, then we get emotional for nothing. That's why we have to be careful. Future the same, it's uncertain, it hadn't come yet. It's just, fantasy. They don't have any power. It's not real. But the problem is when you harbor these fantasy thoughts, unreal thoughts, the body don't know. The glands don't know. The glands react to the thoughts. So these thoughts will then stimulate the gland and the glands will secrete the hormone. There you go. Again, you will get emotional for nothing. So that's why very important to learn to release all these unnecessary thoughts from your mind. You can't do anything. They come without your invitation, so you can't kick them out. But just observe, they will go the way they came. If an uninvited visitor came and knocked on the door, if you decide not to open the door, then they will go away the same way they came. It's just about not inviting. So the same way, you just observe what's happening in the mind. Don't invite. If they have come uninvited, they will go away. So just be aware. That's all. All you need to do is to be aware. That's all. Be in the present moment, and if you want to think something, think a good thought. May all beings be well and happy. Just continue to meditate. Just relax. When you free yourself from getting entangled with these unconscious thoughts, you will feel so free, so light, because they can activate the emotions. Where there is this lack of emotions, there is peace as the baseline. So you can tap into that peace you already have. So hope you already feel peaceful. Just experience the enormous peace we already have. So we disturb that peace by harboring all kinds of these rubbish thoughts. Let the thoughts come and go, like in the sky, the clouds come and go, the sky don't hold on to them, so they come and go. After a while, we see the clear blue sky again. Let these thoughts pass by. There will come a time you will have a clear mind. Until that, just be patient. See the freshness in this moment. If you don't color them with all these dark colors, gloomy colors, it's so nice and fresh. This moment is just empty as it can be, just fresh as it can be, as long as you allow it to be. It's peaceful. Now bring your awareness back to the body. Pay attention to your feet. Feel whether you can feel the toes. Feel your toes. Scan your body from the toes to the top of the head. If there's any place that you feel there is tension, release the tension and relax. Relax the whole body. Now let's bring awareness to the breath. Pay attention to the breath. Now we are going to take a couple of deep breaths. We are going to count from 1 to 6. One count, 1 second. So taking 6 seconds, we are going to take a deep breath in. Let's start to breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on to your breath for 6 seconds. Count and hold. Now let's start to breathe out, also slowly counting from 1 to 6, having control over the breath. Slowly, slowly breathe out. The last breath, you squeeze your stomach muscles and breathe out. And then don't breathe in straight away. We are going to pause the breath there for 6 seconds. Again, let's start to take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on to your breath. Now, while you're holding on to your breath, see how you feel. Check the body. How do you feel the body? Check the mood. How is your mood? Just get to know these states. Are they pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral? Then slowly let's breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause your breath for 6 seconds. Again, for the last time, let's take a deep breath in. Fill your lungs to the max. Count up to 6. Then hold on to your breath. Now again, check your mood. Check your body. If you're holding on to the body, release the shoulders, release and relax the body, but hold on to the breath. See whether you could feel there is enormous peace as it is in the mind. If you stop entertaining the rubbish thoughts, see the change in the mood before you started, how it was, and now the difference. If we done this properly, if we didn't stimulate our glands and didn't allow the hormones to come and mess around, hope you feel the peace that you have. And when you're peaceful, we have that satisfied feeling. We feel happy internally. There's some inner happiness that comes by appreciating that inner peace. Let's enjoy this peaceful moment. Let's slowly breathe out. Slowly, slowly breathe out. Allow the breath to settle into its natural rhythm. Now to end the meditation, you can slowly open your eyes. Okay, let's observe the 8 precepts. So before we observe the 8 precepts, let's worship Lord Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa 3 times. Can you unmute your mic so I can hear you? Can you please unmute your mics to observe the 8 precepts? Let's worship Lord Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Buddhang Saranang Gacchami.
Saranang gacchami.
Dhammang Saranang Gacchami.
Saranang gacchami.
Sanghang Saranang Gacchami.
Saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami. Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami.
Yampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami.
Tathiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami.
Tathiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tisarana Gamanang Sampunang Panatipata Viramani Sikkhapadang Samadhyami.
Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhyami.
Adinadana Viramani Sikkhapadang Samadhyami.
Veramani sikkhapadang samadhyami.
Abrahmacharya Viramani Sikkhapadang Samadhyami.
Veramani sikkhapadang samadhyami.
Musavada Viramani Sikkhapadang Samadhyami. Ramiraya Machapamadhatthana Viramani Sikkhapadang Samadhyami. Vikala Bhojana Viramani Sikkhapadang Samadhyami. Nacha Gita Vadita Visuka Dasana Mala Gandha Vilepana Dharana Mandana Vibhusanatana Viramani Sikkhapadang Samadhyami. Chasayana Mahasayana Viramani Sikkhapadang Samadhyami. Ranena sading atanga samanagatang silang dhammang sadukang surakitang katva apamamdena sampade tabhang. May you all strive on with diligence to keep your precepts, to practice them, and to live in accordance with the Dhamma. And may this take you closer to bliss of Nibbana. May you all be well, comfortable, peaceful, and happy. So first I would like to beg my pardon that I really totally forgot today is the seal day. So I'm glad you started with the meditation, and now we observe the eight precepts. And I would like to pay my respect to the Mahasangha, and would like to thank the Bhantes for inviting me to conduct this Paramita Buddhist Vihara youth group. And let me pay my humble respect to Venerable Devarakita Thero and Venerable Punyaratana Thero and all the monks at the Vihara. So a very, very good morning to all of you. So nice to see so many of you have joined the SEAL program today. I'm just going to wear my beanie because the minute I take it off, I will have a runny nose. As you can feel now that I have a runny nose. Bald head is not like the head with hair. It feels cold and then it really interacts and bring the flame. So this morning, I would like to remind you about what is this taking 8 precepts means. We observing 8 precepts means we are following a higher discipline. 5 precepts means you take care of your behavior so you will not exert any hurt, harm, damage, suffering to another living being. You do it to take care of others so you can allow them to have peace of mind. You can allow them to be fearless. You can let them live without fear because you're not going to hurt them, harm them. So they are free to live without fear. So the 5 precepts is all about you taking care of others, the society. When we do that in turn, if everyone does that, if everyone takes care of their behavior, that they will not behave in a way that will inflict suffering on others, we all can live peacefully and happily. But 8 precepts means it goes beyond that. While we are taking care of the society, taking care of others, at the same time, we are training ourselves to follow a higher discipline. I think I have explained to you about the 5 precepts in detail. But now let me explain to you the additional precepts that we took. So, Brahmacharya Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhyami means we will not only not indulge in pleasures in taking the wrong way. Kamesu Michachara means we were living a happy life without engaging in the wrong ways, without, we all like to live with pleasant sensations. We like to live uh, if possible, all the time with pleasant sensations, with pleasures. So Kamesu Michachara means we will not find that pleasure, the pleasant sensations, by doing wrong things that will bring hurt, harm, suffering to another living being. So we will engage in we will not engage in sexual misconduct, because that sexual activity gives a lot of pleasure to people. So it's one of the ways that we try to find pleasure. And that's like the highest pleasure the normal human beings can tap into. So there is a tendency where they will even try to get it by doing wrong things. So in our day-to-day life, we remind ourselves and says, no, I will not get this pleasure by doing the wrong things. So because people cannot really live without sex, the society has come into a agreement where we are assigned to someone. Like we get into a contract, we get married, but with understanding. So whatever you want to do, you can do with those people who have come into agreement that they're happy to be with you and happy to entertain you. So we live in that contract with understanding. Both of them are getting their needs done, and so it will not disturb the society, it will not disturb others. When we say Abrahmacharya Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhi, now we are saying I will even let go of that. Today, I will not try to find these extreme pleasures by pleasing the six senses. Now you know it's not by being emotional, it's not by getting attached to these pleasant sensations, pleasures, we can find the real happiness. Now you know that, you know the real happiness comes from having no emotions, being able to be calm and peaceful. So going after these pleasures disturbs our mood, disturbs our body and mind. When you arouse these hormones, it disturbs us. So that's why we say now today, I will let go of stirring myself. I will not stir up all these emotions. Today I'm going to enjoy the settling of this body and the mind. I allow it to still. I'm stilling it. I'm allowing it to settle, to calm down. So when we stop stirring ourselves, we can experience that peace of mind we already have within. And the human quest is to find this peace of mind and happiness. That's the human quest. All beings like to be peaceful and happy. So this is the real path to find the peace of mind and happiness. That's what Buddha said. when the whole world was really going in wrong directions, when people thought it's by pleasing the senses, it's by having more and more pleasurable experiences, by getting attached to this pleasant sensation, we can find happiness. Buddha said, no, that is wrong. That's a wrong way to find the real happiness. The wrong way of finding mm, wrong way of finding happiness by stimulating your senses is called the Kama Sukhalikana Yoga. Buddha said that is something to give up if you really want to find the real peace and happiness. So this is why today we are giving up that carnivorous activity. It is a disturbance to the body and the mind. It is something that's common to the cats and the dogs and the animals and to the human beings. It's that activity is there. It's necessary to propagate. If there was no pleasure in that activity, no one will propagate, no species will survive. So it's like a trick. But the thing is, there's a price to pay for that. It is a disturbance to the body and the mind. In that moment, we'll be happy with the hormones coming in, but after a while, when that hormones goes away, people are unhappy. Then they have to start another project to find happiness. So this is not the way to find the real happiness. So this is why now we are experimenting really to find the real happiness. So one of the hypotheses that we can take is to test. It's not by pleasing your senses that we get the peace of mind and happiness, the real peace and happiness. So today we are going to give up pleasing. We are going to give up this stirring up the body and the mind. So one part is this sexual part. We are not going to arouse any sexual feelings, either with someone or by yourself. So Brahma means a living being in heaven, not in the normal heaven realms. They are in a very higher living realm, heavenly realm. Brahmas are divine beings who um, are more peaceful and happy than normal angels, normal divine beings. Brahmas are the highest, in heavenly realms also they have classes. The real up high class is this Brahma realm. So the Brahmas don't stimulate their senses. They have allowed to calm it down. They have calmed down the senses. So what they experience throughout the day, 24 hours, is peace of mind and happiness. So their happiness is above any living being on earth. How did they get to that peace of mind and happiness? It's by giving up these sensual pleasures, pleasing your senses. In a lot of the religions, and even in your heart, even if you don't have a religion, we wish, I would like to be like in heaven. I would like to go to heaven if possible, even right now. Not just after being dead, not after the death, but even now we have the wish. I wish if I could live like in heaven. Why do we have this wish to go to heaven? If it was miserable, if there was fights, wars, if they were living in a state of misery and unhappiness, we won't be wishing to go to heaven. Like we don't wish to go to hell. Why? Hell is a place where there is a lot of suffering. But why we wish to go to heaven? Because we know they don't have suffering, minimum suffering. what they have is a lot of happiness. This is why we have the wish to go to heaven. So these heavenly beings, especially called these Brahmas, live in ecstasy, in jhanic bliss. But that ecstasy comes from giving up this lower kind of these sensual pleasures, pleasing the senses. So there's a trading. When we measure the happiness, there is two qualities of happiness. One is a lower grade one that comes from stimulating your hormones, and they just sharp peaks. They just come and go, very sharp pleasures. They come and go. When the hormones goes, it goes away. But there is a high quality, high grade happiness. It comes with tranquility, not by stimulating these hormones and getting these sharp peaks of pleasures. But this high grade, high quality happiness comes from allowing things to settle. In the midst of that stillness, that calmness, by itself, you feel very comfortable. In that peaceful state, you feel really satisfied and happy. So, this is not a sharp pleasure that comes, but it comes internally, a joy, that happiness that is by being calm and peaceful. And that is the human quest, to be peaceful and happy. So the Brahmas actually have achieved that. They live like that in the Brahma worlds. So when you say Abrahmacharya Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhyami, we are trying to today live like the Brahmas. We are today copying how the Brahmas live. Because the Brahmas given up all these sensual pleasures, they live in a very higher state of peace of mind and happiness. Today we are trying to copy that. We are trying to live like them by giving up our desires for the sensual pleasures, especially the sexual desires. We are going to give up and be pure. By purifying the mind, by giving up this lower kind of desires, peace of mind and happiness. And I hope now you already have experienced that by observing the seal on the previous times. You know, the youth normally takes seal on the Vesak and maybe in Posom. But now you all have requested me, shall we take 8 precepts every month? It came from you all, this request. Why? Because you enjoyed it. You saw the value in this. At least if we can let go of this stirring ourselves, if we can let go of this looking for these sensual pleasures even for one day in the month, that actually brings us a lot of peace and happiness. That's why you are happily looking forward to this day. That's why when you could do so many things, other things, but you spend the whole day to observe this seal. Because by now, leading by example, you know from your own example, own experience, you know how it feels like. So I'm so glad you're doing this with understanding. No one has to take a rod and follow you and say, you know, avoid this intimacy, avoid this sexual pleasures. No one have to tell you that. You are happily giving it up. How wonderful is that? So do it with understanding. Today we are not going to stimulate ourselves with another partner or by ourselves. We are just going to Give up those lower kinds of desires and these lower kind of pleasures, okay? Then, hopefully, when you wake up tomorrow morning, you will be able to experience how the Brahmas wake up, how the Brahmas live. Because all the hard work that you put in today, you may not really notice a difference by today. But when you wake up tomorrow morning, you'll be able to experience how light you feel, how peaceful you feel, and how happy you feel. Yeah. Okay. So I hope you will work hard today. Working hard doesn't mean you're going to, you know, physically do things, sweating, jumping up and down and doing things, but it's about taking a rest, not doing things. That's how we are going to get there. So hopefully by tomorrow, I hope you will experience the results of your hard work by not engaging in these unnecessary things, by giving up the sensual pleasures. Actually, why we call this is hard work? It is hard work today because we are so attached to this lower kind of pleasures. It's like it has become like a part of your life. So it's so difficult to give them up. Now, when we move into the next part, you will see why I say that. Vikala Bhojana Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhyami means we will eat until the midday. We will take our midday lunch. After that, we will not entertain our tongue by giving food all the time. We are going to restrain our um, eating at the wrong times. We are going to eat to get rid of our hunger, uh, making use of our lunch. But after that, we are going to let go of uh, eating this food. We are going to give a break from this food business. We are going to give a break to our tongue, to our mouth, to our stomach, to the bowels, to the whole system. Today we are going to fast and give a good break. This machine has been working from morning to night, night to the morning without a break. So when you keep on eating things from morning to night, night to morning, your system gets very tired. And as a result of your pancreas, your liver, your stomach, all these organs getting tired because it's being switched on 24 hours. As a result, when they start to break down, they start to give trouble. We call those troubles diabetic, high blood pressure, cancer, this, that, and the other. But if we really can control the food and if we can eat it with understanding why we eat, it's because to get rid of our hunger and to support the body to get some energy to live. If we can keep it to that limit, with understanding why we do this, not because we going to please our tongue by giving anything and everything that the tongue is asking, the eye is asking, the nose is asking. We are not going to feed ourselves like that just because our senses are asking for this, that, and the other. But we are going to give some food with understanding. Why we should eat is to get rid of this hunger. And why do we get hungry? It's a natural mechanism, tells us to eat, because if we don't eat, we will die. The body needs energy. How does the body take the energy? Is by taking this food. But we don't need to really keep on feeding the body from morning to night, night to morning. Like we need petrol for a car to run or diesel for the car to run. but there is a limit to the petrol that we can put into the car. As long as the tank holds, we can put the petrol. The rest will overflow. Only after that petrol being used, we refill the tank again. But unfortunately, our tank, the stomach, don't have limit. You keep on putting things, it overfills and overfills and overfills. You don't even know that. We only need a certain amount of energy to run this body from morning to night, night to morning. So as long as we can provide that minimum to run the body, that's enough. The rest is a waste. So we just need to know this. We shouldn't be overeating, because if we just eat because we like and it's over the limit, it's just a waste. It only damages, not only it goes to a waste into the toilet, but while it's converting to waste, it damages our organs, because the organs are put into too much stress, too much work for them from morning to night, night to morning without a break, when you keep on eating throughout the day. So it damages our organs. So if we can eat with understanding that we shouldn't be eating just because we like things, just because we feel like, when we see the food we feel like eating, when we smell we feel like eating, when we taste we feel like eating. So it shouldn't be that way. When we touch the food we feel like eating, but it shouldn't be that way. It should be with understanding. The understanding is we must have set times. When we wake up in the morning, we feel hungry. So eat during that time. When you are hungry, eat something to get rid of your hunger. Something nutritious, something that will give good fuel to your body. You know, if you put not the if you put the normal petrol and the diesel to an aeroplane, you know what will happen? A disaster. You know, if you put petrol into a diesel car, a disaster happens. So we need to put the right fuel. So if we put junk into our body, the same thing, it's a disaster. You need to know really what we should be eating, what we should avoid. Just because it's tasty, we shouldn't eat if it's rubbish, if it's junk, if it's something that damages the body. You know, in Sri Lanka, petrol is expensive than the diesel. So we shouldn't think that because petrol is expensive, we should put petrol into the diesel car. No, no, no. The diesel car, if you put petrol into a diesel engine, that's it. The whole engine is gone. It's a big repair. So just because things are expensive, it doesn't mean they are good for your body. So you need to be very careful. You need to know what we should eat, what we shouldn't eat. We should try to really eat. You should do your own research. What is good for your body? What is bad for your body? I can tell you roughly anything and everything that comes from trees, what we reckon as good food, the vegetables, the fruits, they are good for you, the plant-based food. More than you cooking them with oil and making it greasy, if you can eat fresh and raw, that is more, it has more nutritions. You know, in the process of cooking, it destroys a lot of the vitamins and some nutrients. So if possible, we should try to eat a lot of the fruits and veggies raw. As salads, just learn to develop a taste to have them raw. But there are certain vegetables, certain things that it needs to be cooked, because without cooking we can't digest. So those things we cook with simple way. we cook and eat so the body can digest, so the body can then assimilate all the nutrition. Okay. So when we are hungry, we eat in the morning some good food that is nutritious in in a way that we can digest. Okay. And then we should fast until we feel hungry. So next meal will be around the daytime, I mean midday, because we get hungry after about 5-6 hours. So when you're really hungry, eat the next meal. Then in a normal day, again, when you feel hungry in the evening, have something very light, like a soup or a jelly or just a fruit, something like that. And so keep this spaces between the meals. Don't eat throughout the day all the time. It will only bring a lot of damage to your body. When the body is damaged, when these hormones are messed up, it really affects the mind too. When your insulin is messed up, we say you got diabetic, a lot of suffering. It not only brings damage to your body, it damages the brain, it affects the mood. A lot of big problems comes. So it's your duty to take care. If you like to have peace of mind, looking after this food business is very vital, because the food has an effect on your mood at the end of the day. Okay. Because the food is also helps, or it's part of this secreting the hormones. So we need to be very careful about these hormones. If we need hormones, we need to allow them to work. If we don't need certain hormones, we need to let them sleep, not stir it up. So the food has a direct effect on this, especially on insulin. And insulin is one of the hormones that plays a big role in our body, regulating all the other organs, all the other hormones. So don't play up with this insulin. So we can take care of these organs, these hormones, by eating properly. So have set times, have a timetable. When you have a set time, you will get hungry at that time. So you can eat it at that time. Whatever you want to eat, you eat at that time, not in between. Okay. So, like a day like today, what we do, we even take a further step. That is, we give up even the night meal. We are going to fast for a long time. Today the scientists, this nutritionist, the scientists who work on the nutrition and who checks on our body, what the nutrition does and all that, they have found out. Today we can play a video in the afternoon for you to watch the importance of fasting, how they have come to know today by research that at least about 16 hours fast, how it can really help you to correct your metabolism, how it can really burn the bad fat, how it can get rid of the toxins from your body. So now they are encouraging people to fast. So to have at least about 16 hours gap. So you have to work it out. If you really want to go into a habit like that every day, you can. But the monks, this is what Buddha established. We already have that. Because the monks and nuns, we only eat during the daytime, the midday meal. We eat the midday meal like you're going to do it today. But after the passing the midday, we don't take any heavy food. If a monk or nun is sick, we call the gilampasa. They can take like a soup or a jelly or a fruit juice or something like that. If they are well, they only drink water, they only drink like the juices, only liquid things. They don't take any hard things. More the liquid things you give, it's so easy for the stomach to digest. You know, the fruit juice is so light, it's like water. So today you are going to try this fasting. You you also going to give up your night meal. So no heavy food. We only take something very, very light. If you're feeling really hungry and the hydrochloric acid is really messing around, just take a light soup or a jelly or something like that, okay? Or some fruits. If possible, live with just a fruit juice. Take a big glass of fruit juice and it will keep you happy. You can try. Avocados are allowables. Avocado fruit is allowed to have in the evening in our vinaya, so you can try that. It's a good fruit that will help you to really. It will make you feel full. It will not make you feel hungry. It will give you the sense of fullness. So on the fasting days, you all can have avocado drinks in the evening. It will be like you had a meal. And also Buddha had allowed something called Chatu Madura. I don't really encourage you all to eat it nowadays because you don't really get the fresh, genuine, original ingredients. If you get rubbish, it's not going to be helpful to us. So I think in today's um, world, it's very difficult to find the real uh, ingredients. So if you don't use the real ingredients, it will be only full of sugars, and that's not going to be helpful to you. Okay, so I won't encourage. But if any of your parents have made them with real authentic good quality ingredients as it is meant to be, by all means have a spoonful of chatu madura, only like a teaspoonful or a, you know, just a spoonful, a tablespoonful, and that will also make you feel full. You can have that. It is to regulate your sugars. It will give you energy and regulate the sugar. But I think I would recommend you the avocado drink or any other fruit or vegetable juices. You just can have them because today we have blenders. You just put it and just get the strained fruit juice. I think you'll be okay with them. Okay. And we can train ourselves. When you see the benefit of fasting, you can really train yourself to do it. Then it won't be suffering. You will do it happily. Like the monks and nuns, we do it happily. The Muslims, they do it happily for a month. During the Ramadan month, do you know that they fast throughout the day? But that fasting I won't call a real fasting because they eat early in the morning. All the things that they want to eat, they eat before the sunrise. They fast until the night. And at night, they have a feast, not just a simple meal, but they have a feast. So, but they have a full whole day during the daytime, a fast, which is good, better than having nothing. But it's not a real fast because they eat at night. They have a feast at night. But the monks and the nuns, the way the Buddha had taught the fast, it's really the real way, the best way. And that's what today the scientists are approving. They have found out the 16-hour fast is the real fast. It is during that 16-hour fast, it will have a change in the body, or it will do certain changes into the unhealthy fats and the toxins in the body. They will break it down. Okay, so learn the Buddhist way, because the Buddha had taught this fast with understanding, and so what he taught is for our benefit. Okay, um, so learn to eat with control. Or we only eat when we are hungry, and not because we like things, but we eat if a certain food is good for us, we eat. Even if a certain food is bitter, but if it's good for our health, and if it acts like a medicine to our body, we eat it. Like bitter gourd, it's so bitter, but it's a medicine for us. It's good for the body. One of the rarest foods that has trace nutrient of gold in it. We do need them. Certain trace elements, we do need them in the body. The zinc, the gold, and whatever not. So this bitter gourd has it. So we develop a taste for that bitterness. Just because bitter, don't leave that aside. Eat it. Develop a taste because it's good for you. But having control means, again, being able to let go of tasty food that is not good for you. Unfortunately, junk food is really tasty. Your McDonald's and chicken and meat and this fried this and that and the other and all these sweets and ice cream and all that, they are very sweet, very pleasant, very palatable, very nice. But they are called junk. Why? Because they don't have much nutrition. More than the nutrition you get, they may have little bit of nutrition, but more than the nutrition you get rubbish into the body, unwholesome fats, I mean the unhealthy cholesterol, unhealthy fats, unhealthy amounts of nutrition you get into the body. So at the end of the day, it hasn't done any good to you. Even though they are palatable, they're really nice, but after you put it through your tongue, when it's in the stomach, it only does a lot of damage to all your organs, to the whole body. And they even end up making your body pH level below 7. That means it takes it to acidic food. You know, especially this fried food, fried food, and the fish and the meat and your chicken nugget and chicken burger and this, that, and the other, they make your body to go acidic. And I have taught you all earlier, this acidity in the body is a recipe for cancer. Is one of the base requirements for cancer cells to grow acidic environment. Okay, so even if a food tastes good, but if it doesn't do good into our body, to our mind, wise people will find the energy, find the strength and the courage to let go. So I hope you will do that too. Just excuse me. I think people may have wrote down. So wait a minute. Okay. So yes, they have brought the dana. So I asked them to just stay outside for a minute. Okay. So So with this food, we need to be very careful. Food is also like fire. You know, the fire, if you use it the proper way, it's really useful. It's really good. We can warm ourselves, we can cook our food, we can do lots and lots of things. But if you don't know the danger that's hidden in there, you go and try to touch the fire, you can get burned. The thing that is really useful and helped us can kill us, can bring enormous suffering to us. So the food you must see like fire. If you touch it the wrong way, kaput, it will damage us. It will bring a lot of illnesses, headache, aches and pains, and a lot of physical and mental suffering. But if you take the food the proper way, if you use it the proper way, it can be really helpful to us to live a comfortable life. It can help us to live, to have a good, healthy, long life. It will keep us alive. Okay, so you need to know that not to become a slave to the food, but to be the master and make use of it to go to the destination that you want to go. Okay, so we have an aim in our life. We want to be peaceful and happy. So we are only going to use the food also to get that, to find that. If it's going to disturb our peace and happiness, then we are going to let go of this. Okay. So anyway, I will try to today show you a documentary about the food. Okay, so remind me. What time is the break, Pute? Ekmini? What time do we have the break?
I think we can take the break now and then resume.
11 or 11:30?
I'll just double check the email. 11 till 1.
Okay, so it's almost 11. I will explain the other precepts then after the break. So while we are taking the break, so now you know how important is to take the food with understanding. So today you will have your dana now. When we take the break, contemplate and eat what you're eating, how you feel, experience the taste, and see how, if something tastes nice, how you feel. If it's something doesn't taste nice, how you feel. But then try to be equanimous toward both. You know, whatever they have given you to eat them with appreciation, with a lot of gratitude that your parents are helping to get rid of your hunger and to keeping you healthy and alive, and make it a meditation. Okay, so let's take the food. So while you're taking the food, develop that gratitude and loving kindness and take it with pure mind. After the taking the food, so don't watch a TV, don't listen to the radio. I will explain to you later when we come back the importance of not stirring other senses as well. Don't stir up your eyes, ears, and the body and other senses as well. This is all about we calming it today, okay? So you can read a Dhamma book, or you can listen to a Dhamma talk, or you can rest, and we meet each other by 1 o'clock. Okay, so take the food with food contemplation and with a pure mind, make it a meditation. So meditate after the taking the food also. You can rest and meditate. You can do walking meditation. You can do sitting, and continue to purify your mind even during the break. And I will see you at 1 o'clock. Okay, so you take care. May you all be well, comfortable, peaceful, and happy. Sukhi hotu. Puta Ekmini, I will send you 2 links later, okay? I'm going to send the people who brought the dana, I'm going to bless them. And after that, I will send you a link about this fasting, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, take care. Teruvan Sannai. Watched all the videos, have we?
Yes, we have.
Okay. So I hope you all have understood the importance of taking the food properly and using it, wisely. If we use it wisely, it can help us to stay healthy and we can have a long life and we can get to our aim, whatever is our aim, to attain Nibbana or whatever is your aim. Longer life we have, longer time we have to work on it. That's why people wish for a long life. So food can certainly give us long life. Like she was saying, what you eat, what you are. So when we take this 8 precepts, so one is about having control over food. So I hope you all had your dana, your lunch, after good contemplation and with understanding. So if you have any question up to now, you're welcome to ask me whatever the things that are not clear before we move forward. One thing about the videos, you can try and do anything and everything she said except the anima, because I don't feel comfortable you doing the animas without really learning how to do it properly, okay? So leave that aside, but do the rest. You can try others, okay? All right. Now to do the fast also, don't do fasting in the wrong way. So your parents will even not send you to this class. They will say, when you use the excuse saying, oh, many advisors said it's okay to not to eat. So don't do that. It's about not cheating. It's about being wise. It's about not eating, not eating, but it's about be balanced, taking a balanced diet and eating properly. So it's not about just because you don't feel like you don't eat, okay? So don't misuse this and allow your parents to hate me for advising you for fasting, okay? Don't do that. So use this the proper way, okay? So if you have any questions, please ask me. I would like to hear from you. So if you're not asking, let's go one by one. Okay. There's few there. If I start with Anjui Peramuna. Anuji Peramuna. Sorry, I don't have my glasses. So if I spell your name wrong, please forgive me, okay? So pronounce your name wrongly, please forgive me. Anuji Peramuna.
Yes.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
Okay. Do you have any questions to ask or any comments to make? How are you? Enjoying the day, are you?
Yeah. I don't really have questions, but I think I might try the fasting. Maybe not for 16 hours, but like 14 maybe, or 13 if I can.
Yeah. Now, if you are in a routine like, how we suggested to wake up early about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, at least by 6. So if you all have your dinner about 4 or 5 o'clock, I think you can have easily 14 hours by the breakfast time.
Yeah.
Yep. So the trick is bring the evening meal time, a light meal, have it early. So, yep, you can have easily that 14 to 16 hours till the breakfast.
Yeah.
Any other thing, Puta, you want to ask? Have you been joining us for the previous sessions as well?
Yeah, I've been here for all of them, I think.
Oh, good. Very good. So how do you find it now?
It's good now. I'm looking forward to them now.
Good. So have you made any changes in your lifestyle? Any benefits?
Yeah,
Anything?
so since that very first time when we watched that documentary about the animals, I've been vegetarian since then.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very good. See how everyone is talking about giving up the benefits of the meat and fish and all these animal products. See, even this lady was talking, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you feel good now? Feel
Yeah.
better?
Yeah.
Very good. What about waking up early, helping mom and dad, having a timetable, eating at proper times? What about those things?
So I still can't wake up at 6 o'clock, but like around 7 o'clock I can.
Okay.
But I mean I help around the house.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Very good. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to share with us or with the other participants that you experience or anything that you think might benefit others?
Not really.
Okay. All right, Putta. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Who is next now? My screen.
Shall I read out the names, Mehin Mahansa?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Next is Anupa.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, how are you and how's things?
I'm good, thanks.
Have you been with us on previous sessions?
Yeah, from around the start.
Good. Very good. So are you enjoying?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot.
Good. How do you find the 8 precept days? Following these 8 precepts, how do you find that day?
Not too hard. It's doable.
Good. And do you feel the difference like the next day? What do you feel? How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel a lot more relaxed and a lot more calm.
Good. So you can see the benefit, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. What about these videos? What did you learn today?
I learned that fasting is very helpful to stay healthy and live longer.
Yeah. Will you try the fasting?
Yeah, I'll probably try it.
Yeah. So if we are doing the 8 precepts every month, once a day, once a month, so at least you get to fast once a month. But I think voluntarily you can do it, once a week or here and there, or make it a habit every day, have the dinner at a certain time and have breakfast at a certain time, so you can get that fasting.
Yeah.
Okay. So good, Putta. Is there anything you would like to ask or add any comments for others?
No, not really.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for sharing with us.
Yeah.
Next is Chandima. He's turned on his microphone. I'm not too sure if it's working at the moment.
Yeah, it should be working now.
Okay.
How are you, Puta?
Good. How are you?
Good. How often do you join us?
This is my first time online, but I used to come to the Pansala.
Okay, okay. So how do you find today?
Good.
Good. Are you enjoying?
Yep.
What did you learn today?
That if we fast, it can help cure a lot of diseases, and it can help us be more healthy.
Yeah, good. We have to do the right way, okay?
Yep.
Right, good. Okay, but is there anything you would like to share with us or comment or?
No.
All right, okay then. Thank you for sharing with us.
You're welcome.
Next is Dolene Paramuna.
I think he's gone to the bathroom for a second.
Okay, we'll move on to Harini then.
Okay,
Thank you, Anji.
it's okay.
Harini, are you able to hear us?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Did you watch the documentary, Puta?
Yes, I did.
But is it helpful?
Yeah, it is helpful.
Good. I think you joined us now, right?
Yeah, today is my first session.
Okay, okay, good. So I hope you will join us every day, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, Putta, thank you for joining and sharing, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything you want to say?
No, not at this stage.
All right, okay. Okay.
Next is Ishika.
Hello. Can you
Hello.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. So I see you joining us here and there too, yeah?
Yes, anyone do. Sometimes,
Cool. Have you been joining us every day or?
no, I've missed a couple of sessions, but I've made it to most of them.
Okay, good, good.
Mhm.
So how do you find today?
I think it was good. I've actually tried the intermittent fasting before, and I can say it is hard at the start, but then you get used to it, and I think it's a good way to kind of reboot your routine and metabolism and fix what you're eating. And I think it's a good way to start that and cleanse your body. So yeah. So I can't.
Now,
Okay.
because I got a call from WhatsApp, the volume will reduce, like I don't know how it normally goes down, so I can't hear you. So I just have to log in and log out. Is there anything you would like to share with that?
No, I think that's it. It's the fact that it's hard at the start, but
No?
it'll get easier. Yeah.
Okay. See, I can't hear. I have to log out and log in. All
Okay.
right. So you all keep talking. I will log out and log in. Next.
Next is Naomi.
Hi.
Naomi, is this your first time at the program?
No, I came last session too.
So how are you finding it today, Putta?
It's good.
Good, good. What did you learn today?
That eating a lot of good stuff isn't good either.
Yes. Or is there anything you would like to share with us? A comment?
Not really.
Oh. Okay, thank you for joining and sharing with us.
Next is Sarika.
Yeah. I don't really have any questions.
Okay. You been with us before, Putta?
Yeah, I was here from the start.
Oh, that's good. So, how are you finding it?
Oh, it's good. It's very helpful.
Good, good. So, are you putting things to practice? Whatever that we've been talking, what have you really implemented into your life?
I've been waking up very early since the day that I've heard it.
Good. So, what time you wake up now, Putta?
Like 6:30.
Oh, very good. Okay. So, what else have you tried?
I try to eat less meat now.
Sorry?
I try to eat less meat now.
Oh, good. Good. Okay. So by waking up early, have you benefited? Have you seen what it does to you?
Yeah. It's not really like a rush anymore. I have lots of time to do stuff.
Good. So you are calm and you can do things slowly and you're comfortable. Can you feel it's very comfortable?
Yeah.
Good. So what about the today's program? What did you learn today, Buddha?
The benefits of fasting.
Good. Are you happy to try them?
Yeah.
Good. Very good. Is there anything you would like to comment or share?
Not really.
Okay. All right. Much merit for sharing with us.
Next is Sinali.
Yeah, hi.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. So you being with us?
Yeah, I missed a couple of sessions here and there, but yeah, I've been here most of the time.
Oh, good. So have you implemented certain things, whatever you heard and learned, have you put into practice?
Yeah, I've been trying to like spend more time with the parents and like do things for them. I also have this thing where I can't sleep. It's kind of hard for me. So the meditation helps at night just to stop my brain from going just like override. Yeah.
Good. So did you learn something today?
Yeah, I think intermittent fasting is actually pretty popular. Like you hear it a lot, but I didn't think it was something that was also holistically advised about. I didn't think it was also like traditionally something that people told other people to do. So that was interesting.
Good. Okay. Is there anything you would like to comment or share?
Nothing really. The enema was pretty weird. Yeah.
Yeah, don't try the anymore, but you can try the other one.
Yeah, the other things, yeah.
Okay. What else? So, before you go to bed, learn to relax the body and develop that loving kindness, and that should take you to sleep. So if the sleep doesn't come, you see your mind is wandering, thoughts are going and going here and there. Just watch that, just note that, okay? Don't worry about the context, but just notice what's happening. But you consciously develop the loving kindness even to that restless mind, to all beings, then in no time, you won't even know you have fallen asleep.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Learn to go to sleep early. Then then if it wakes you up early, it's okay. So you can start the day, you can read a book, you can meditate, you can study, you can do a lot of things when you wake up early. So learn to go to bed early, relax. Even if the sleep doesn't come, never mind. You continue to meditate, so you are making use of that time. But then you wake up early in the morning, then you use that time to do something productive.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay? Okay. Take care. May you sleep well.
Thank you.
Sunili was the last person on the list.
Okay. Do you have anything to say?
I have a very bad habit of going back to the past in my mind. So I've been trying to constantly think of the past as being dead and the future as being imaginary, especially since you started using those terms. And it's actually really helped, especially with me and I can get very irritable as well. So it's really helped managing a lot of situations in comparison to how I used to manage situations previously. So the meditations really helped in that regard.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's my contribution.
Okay, thank you. Yes, it's very good. Good. Just learn to observe. Just learn to understand without reacting. Just like, keep some distance and learn to observe. A lot of the problems will get solved by itself. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. What's the time now?
2:10.
Okay. So we have time. We can meditate. But let me first finish explaining the other 2 in 8 precepts. So next time when you take the 8 precepts, you know the meaning. And then we can meditate and finish, okay? All right. So the next precept I wanted to discuss is about Nacha Gita Vadita Visuka Dasana Mala Gandha Vilepana Dharana Mandana Vibhusanatana Veramani Sikkhapadan Samana. So what that means, remember we talked about we being pure and we trying to lead a pure life by not engaging in sexual activities and like that. So this is for the other senses. Now we have 6 senses, the eyes, the ears, the nose, the tongue, the skin on the body, the sense of touch, and the mind. So with these 6 senses, we like to find pleasure. All what we do throughout the day is trying to find pleasure. So what we do by allowing something to be in front of the eyes, we watch it and we stimulate the eye, and whatever we watch, if it's really pleasant, then we like to keep on watching, like watching the TV or playing the games. If something we don't like, then we don't watch, we just move around. Like if you see someone you don't like, you don't keep on watching because it brings an unpleasantness to it, so you avoid it. Either you get rid of it or you avoid it. So this is what we do using all our senses. Try to get the pleasant sensations, try to avoid the unpleasant. But unfortunately in life, not all the time we can get the pleasant sensations that we like, not all the time we can get rid of the unpleasant sensations that's sticking to us. So if we try to get happiness by trying to by pleasing our senses, by getting the pleasant sensations and by getting rid of the unpleasant sensations, it's only going to make us tired. It's like following a mirage. You will never be able to find happiness by doing it, because it's not possible to do it. It's not possible to get rid of all the unpleasant sensations that you have to experience, and it's not possible to get all the pleasant experiences you wish for. So it's a recipe for unhappiness. So this is why Buddha is pointing out this is not the way to find the real happiness. The real happiness comes from developing the understanding, developing a capacity in the mind to tolerate, to be able to bear, to be able to be patient, to be able to face these things without reacting. Whether you get what you like or not, whether you can't get rid of the things you don't like, we learn to face. Face how? With patience, with love, with kindness, with understanding, with equanimity, not with impatience, being impatient, not with anger, not with fear, not with sadness, not jumping up and down, not with violence, but we face this calmly, peacefully. If you can face anything and everything that comes onto your face calmly and peacefully, you can remain happy and face it and solve things, sort things out, and respond to things. Even the Buddha, just because he has conquered the world, it didn't mean that he could avoid the unpleasant things. He could get all the pleasant things he wished for. No. Becoming a Buddha means not controlling the outside, not controlling these sensations or the feelings, but developing the ability in the mind to face both ends, to face the both extremes the same way. So you're not disturbed when you face them. So this is why it's very important to understand we really cannot latch ourselves to the pleasant sensations, like pleasing our senses and trying to be happy. It's a recipe for disaster. This is why we should not follow the path of revenge, trying to get rid of things that you don't like, try to avoid it, the unpleasant sensations or the feelings, because we cannot. We have to face them. They will come on our way. Just because we wish not to have them, it doesn't mean they will not come. They will come. It's not in our control. So a superior person, a strong person, means the person who have developed their mind to face this with equanimity, face this with peace of mind. So that is the practice. That is where we are going. A strong mind means not really picking and choosing, but consciously watching, observing what's going on and facing equanimously. So they don't shake their mind, they don't get disturbed. They just face, they understand this is not in our control. So it's very important for us learn to let go of trying to get this pleasure by pleasing our senses, because we are fooling ourselves by thinking by pleasing our senses we can get happiness. Not really, it goes the other way around. Okay, now remember last times one of you asked me a question about the relationships. What do I have to say about getting into relationships at this stage, when you're going to school, when you're going to uni? You asked me that, and I told you, as a result of we trying to please our senses, why we like someone, why we get attracted to someone, because we like their voice, the way they talk, the way they do things, the way they go, what they say, the way they look. It's like it's really pleasing for our eyes, the ears, even their smell, their touch, and everything is pleasing for us. So if we try to find happiness by getting attached to these person who is pleasing our senses, it's not going to work all the time, because the same object can bring us a lot of suffering. Things change, things will never stay the same. The way they think will change. You're not going to be the only girlfriend or the boyfriend. The way they talk, they will change. The way they look, they will change with the aging. They're not going to look so handsome, so pretty like they are right now. So if we really get caught up in these looks and the voice, the voice and the sound and the whatever not, when these things changes, we will get frustrated, we will end up being very unhappy. So I was teaching you at that time, try to be independent, not be depend on someone to find the happiness. I told you why we get into relationships is because we try to depend on them and find the happiness that we don't have in our mind. We try to get it from getting attached to someone, and we try to be happy from that. But it's a recipe for disaster. So that's why I was telling you, when it's time for you to go to school, go to uni, learn, it's time to learn. Pay 100% attention to that, because this emotional entanglement can bring a lot of suffering, either when they change, or when you change your mind, or when others object, or it's not going to bring you 100% satisfaction or happiness as you expect. Okay, so it's like that with anything and everything you try to use to please your senses and try to depend your happiness on that. It's not going to work. It's not going to give you 100% happiness that you wish for. Okay, and most of the time it will turn around. It will really bring us a lot of suffering, even from the point of view that we're trying to please our senses is actually a tension in the brain. It is some tension to the neurons. Neurons are firing and you feel tired at the end of the day. Think about you going for a party, you pleasing your senses with music and dancing and all these pleasing things to see and the sense of touch and everything. So you just enjoy. But you come home, you go to sleep, you wake up next day so tired, because it is real suffering to your body and to the brain. Like today, you are calming down. You're not jumping up and down. You're not arousing yourselves. You're not trying to please the senses. So you are relaxing, you're calming your senses, and you're stilling the mind. Tomorrow, when you wake up, you feel so good. That's the difference. If you keep on drinking, smoking, and dancing and night clubbing and go and sleep and wake up the next day, you will know what I mean. It's so tiring. So just know that what brings real happiness, what brings real suffering. Okay, we got this mixed up. That's where our problem is. Okay, so this particular verse says we will give up. We will refrain from trying to find happiness through pleasing our senses. So it says we will not watch the TV, we will not listen to music, we will not listen to slandering, we will not joke, we will not put makeup on, we will not wear perfume, wear garlands, we will not dance, sing, and not just not watch, but we will not do those things as well. So what it means is, to put it in a nutshell, is that we are saying to ourselves, we are going to refrain from pleasing our senses. That's what it means, okay? The third precept said specifically about not engaging in any sexual activity. In this one, except the sexual part, all the other senses, it's addressing to all the other senses, except the tongue, all the other senses. See, the sexual part is addressed on the third precept, and the sixth precept is about the tongue, the food, and now this precept is about all the other senses, that you will manage them well. You know, all these senses are there to help us, to develop our mind. So we need to not to be slaves to these senses, but we need to use them wisely. We have to make use of them to get to where we want to go. And we have an aim in our life now. We want to develop our mind, cultivate our mind. We want to live peacefully and happily. You know, when we haven't developed our mind, we feel sad for anything and everything. We get angry with anything and everything. We get anxiety and worries for nothing, even just for an exam. We boil 3-4 eggs in the heart. If you put a few eggs in the heart, it can get boiled. They get boiled, because that much heat you produce, that much tension is there. So what's the point of living like this? So the whole point after becoming a human being is we can stabilize this mind, that the mind that reacts like an animal, we can tame it, and we can bring it to peace. We can still it, and we can calm it, and we can have peace and happiness while we are facing the world. We can face any vicissitude in life having a still mind. This is the thing. That is the advancement. So we are working on that. We all are working towards developing our mind so we can have a higher quality life, a good quality life. So we will not be sad, we won't be crying, we won't be getting angry, we won't have anxiety and worries, we won't be burning with desire and passion, but we are going to live a good life. To do that, as you know, it's not easy, because you have run on the normal program. The genes are running the program now. The genes tends to go for the liking the pleasant and disliking the unpleasant, just like the animals do. So we need to override this. Only when we become conscious of these traits, we can master ourselves, we can still our mind, we can make our mind peaceful. This is why we are learning the Dhamma, and we are dedicating our time to do this practically. Okay, so this particular verse is all about giving up pleasing your senses. So I hope today you will not watch the dramas, movies, you will not listen to music, and you will not try to please yourself by putting makeup on and do this, do that. No, we just leave them aside. Okay, we don't stir us. We do nothing, we relax, and if we do something, it's only a good thing. It's only something that purifies our body, our speech, and our mind. Those are the only things that we do today when we are on 8 precepts. Okay. And the next one is about Uchasayana Mahasayana Veramani Sikkhapadan Samadhiyami, means it's about we even giving up looking for luxury, looking for comfort while we are sitting and while we are sleeping, or when we want to sit and when we want to sleep. We will let go of looking for comfort, looking for pleasures. You know, today this furniture industry is one of the industries that's so developed. People in this buy and throw culture, in one season they buy one couch, $1,000, $10,000. Then the next one comes better than that, they throw that one and buy the next upgraded one. So they have the most luxurious couches now. They have the most luxurious mattresses, even the pillows. Some pillows are over $1,000. Can you believe? Like in Sri Lankan rupees, it's over 1 lakh. So it's unbelievable where this industry is heading. Now, people have all these luxurious couches at home, all these luxurious mattresses, all these luxurious pillows. But the problem is, because their minds are not pure, they have a lot of suffering. Even though they put their head in that $1,000 pillow, they can't sleep. They go to that mattress, they can't sleep. They go and sit in that $20,000 couch, but they cannot stay peaceful. They are so restless. They can't even enjoy the comfort in that. So this pleasing the senses doesn't bring you the real peace, the real happiness, the real joy. In that moment, yes, it might give you a pleasure, but it's not long lasting. That's not the real peace or the happiness. So the couch can't give you this peace or the happiness. The pillow, the mattress can't give you that. What can give you is your mind. So Buddha is advising us not to go and look for this happiness externally. More you depend on yourself, on these external things, objects, and get attached to them and try to derive happiness, you will only get more and more frustrated. You had to work so hard, earn so much. Imagine to buy a couch for 20,000. I'm not joking. You go and have a look around the prices of the couches. People buy, people take loans and buy, then work like a cow. So due to their stress, they go home and sit in that couch. They can't be peaceful in that couch. They go and sleep in that mattress. They, spend 10,000 or thousands for that pillow, but they can't sleep because too much stress, even just working to get that. So this is the wrong way to go about, you see. And you buy this pillow or the couch or the mattress, and after some time, because your problem is not solved, you're still restless and unhappy. So you think this pillow is not good, you think this mattress is not good, you think this couch is not good. So what do you do the next time when you see another one? You think, oh, that's good, that is better than what I have. So you work more hard, you work more, earn more money to pay off more debts, more interest, and you buy something else, a new one, more expensive, spend more money. So this is just a trap. It's called a happiness trap, that you're trying to find happiness in a place where you will never get happiness, but you only get trapped, and you get more and more unhappiness and tiredness and stress and misery. So we need to understand this. So today you're telling yourself, yes, okay, so if it's not going to work, then I'm going to give up. So today, wherever you sit, wherever you sleep, you let go of expecting that the luxurious feeling, the pleasant feeling, trying to please your senses. Don't do that. Just sit in somewhere, just sleep somewhere where it's good enough to rest. Why we sit is to rest. Whether it's just a normal bench or floor, if it's okay to sit, just sit. Why we sit is to rest. As long as we can get rest, it's okay. Okay, so whatever you have at home, just use that. Don't get attached, don't try to get happy through, don't try to get pleasure from that, but just use it knowing that you're only using it to give your body a rest. do it with understanding. We don't need to change what we have, but whatever you have, use it with understanding, and let go of the idea of looking for comfort from that furniture. Okay, so literally, what this Uchasana Mahasana means, I will let go of sitting or sleeping in high and big asanas, means the seats or the beds. What it means is, at that time in India, all the luxurious things were made high and big. The poor people did not have high seats, high beds, big seats, big couches. They sat on the ground, on the floor. If not, they had like a banku, like a small bench top to sit on the ground, like a small stool, like a tool, So what this means is avoiding sitting on high and big seats means avoiding the luxury, giving up looking for the luxury. That's the message there, okay? So today, don't look for luxury or discomfort while you're using the furniture, okay? So that's that. So today is a day you give up looking for luxury, you give up trying to please your senses, and what do you do today? Because the rest of the days, that's what you do from morning to night. You try to think of what you eat, what you want to watch, where you want to go, what you want to eat, what you want to wear, what you want to put on makeup, which shoes you want to put on. It's all about pleasing your senses from morning to night, night to morning. But today you're giving it up, you're giving it a break. So you will feel the difference, how good is to give up this trying to please your senses, how good is to not to become a slave, okay? So don't become a slave to your six senses, but be a master. So you can guide, you can use and utilize the abilities of the senses to go to where you want to go. Where do we want to go? We want to develop a mind that's not going to shake. We are going to develop an unshakable mind, that when we face vicissitudes of life, that will not cry, that will not get angry, that will not have fears, that will not have anxiety, that will not burn with passion. We want to have an unshaken mind. We want to have a still, peaceful mind. We want to be calm and peaceful when facing the world. We want to live a good quality life, not only when we experience pleasant things, but even when things go wrong, when we have to face things that we don't like, and when we don't get what we want, we're still going to maintain our peace and happiness. So no one can make you unhappy then. No one can rob your peace and happiness. No event. Nothing can make you unhappy. Anything and everything that happens, you're going to be okay and you're going to be peaceful and happy. So what more can you achieve than that in life? If you can be peaceful and happy when facing all vicissitudes of life, what more can you ask for? You're happy all the time, 24 hours. So that's where we want to go. And that's called attaining Nibbana. Stabilizing your mind to that point is called aspiring to or working towards experiencing this bliss of Nibbana. Okay, so do you have any questions to ask from this? From whatever I have explained to you now, do you have any questions to ask? No? Okay, good. Then I think it's time for us to meditate. So this time, let's meditate for a while. Now you can choose to sit or to walk. We will start with deep breathing, and practice this deep breathing at home. COVID is spreading more than ever before. This is the time you need to practice this. Remember, we got this to practice because it's going to boost our immune system. This brings a lot of oxygen to our body, it alkalines the body, and it has many benefits. So now practice it, because I know a lot of the suburbs you are in, it's like the COVID is spreading like wildfire. So you want to protect yourself, you want to strengthen your immune system. So whatever I've been teaching you at the beginning, please put it to practice. So this deep breathing is one of them. So let's start with the deep breathing and then meditate. And after some time, you can choose to walk when we are meditating. If you think you're falling asleep, you can choose to walk wherever you are, where you can hear me. You can find a walking track and do the walking meditation. So let's meditate for a while, okay? So wherever you are, sit comfortably, keep your back straight. Just continue to relax. Just continue to relax. Be in the present moment, just like an observer, but not engaging in anything, not thinking consciously, but being aware of the passive processes. Even if the thinking goes on unconsciously, just be aware of that. Anything that goes on, you just become aware of it. Just with a bare look, like a small child who does know anything. Just observe. Get to know the types of sensations, what type of feeling you're getting from a certain stimulation. You can check it to reverse. If you get a desire, you like it, that means definitely it's a pleasant sensation. If you didn't like something, definitely it's an unpleasant sensation. So just recognize them and leave them alone. Come to the present moment, just watch. You've seen how the spiders, they weave their cobweb and be in the middle, and just watch for days and days and days and hours and hours and days, not doing anything, but just watch like that. Just watch. If your attention goes somewhere, just know that, identify that, find out what type of a pleasure, what type of a feeling, then that's it. Then come back again to the present moment. No more thinking, no more making yarns. Free your mind from thinking. Let it be. All of a sudden you become aware of it making a yarn from the past or the future. Just know the past is a dead past. You cannot reverse anything. So why should I get entangled and get emotional? Any thoughts about the future? Know that it's so uncertain. We don't know whether we'll be alive or not the next minute. So let go. You come to the present moment, just do nothing. Just be there so freely. From the morning you wake up, you start to think, what should I do? What should I do? Do this, do that. I need to get this done, that done. How good it is to not to do anything, not even to think about having to do anything. Just switch off the thinking machine. Just shut all the wantings, wanting to run here, run there, do this, do that. Just close those chapters for now, temporarily. Just rest and relax. Just take a break. If you really cannot not think anything, you find you're entangling with your past or the future without even knowing, then you can consciously start to think a good thought. Let's choose, may all beings be well and happy. So it's like blessing, it's like wishing all beings to be free from all kinds of suffering and to find happiness. So make that a genuine wish and take you as a reference point from where you are. Think of all beings in the immediate environment, your surroundings, then slowly incorporate all other beings in concentric circles. You make it grow bigger, and then the whole place, then the neighbors, the village, the country, the world, the universe, all the universals, the universes, and all beings. So slowly develop that good thought, starting from where you are. Don't think anyone specially, but from where you are, from the immediate environment, you go slowly spread and encompass all beings. And think, may all beings be well, comfortable, peaceful, and happy. You can shorten it, may all beings be well and happy. But the idea should be there, the genuine wish should be there. May no harm happen to anyone. May all beings be free from all kinds of suffering. May they find peace of mind and happiness. May they awaken to the truth. May they be wise. May all beings be well. Just continue that. If you think you feel like falling asleep, you can start to walk up and down in one track in a straight line. Walk from one end to the other end, turn around from that end to this end again. Don't look around, but just walk if you like. Just continue to stay in the present moment. Relax. And develop that good wish. May all beings be well. Now you know how important is our thoughts and how powerful our thoughts are. And you know the power of the positive thoughts, these wholesome thoughts, how it can change you, how it can change others, how it can help to change even the environment. So let's help to make it a better place by releasing these good energies. So things around us can feel comfortable, and our own body, own organs, the cells, the mind, everything can settle down, calm, and be peaceful. So make it a genuine wish. May all beings be well and happy. Without exception, may all beings be well and happy. Just relax and be in the present moment, but continue to generate that good wish. Wholeheartedly make it a genuine wish. And bless the world. May all beings in the world, in this universe, wherever life is, may all beings be well. Okay. Slowly, slowly, you can bring your awareness back to the body. Feel the body as how you feel. Just get to know how you feel. Scan your body from tip of your toes to the top of your head. If you feel any tension, then release and relax. Bring your awareness to the breath. Let's take a slow but deep breath. Hold on to your breath. Let's slowly breathe out and pause your breath. Again, let's take a slow but a deep breath. Hold on to your breath. Look into your own mood. How do you feel right now? Just check how you feel your body and the mood. Get to know the status, and then you can slowly breathe out. Pause your breath. Breathe in again. Take more of it and fill your lungs to the maximum. And hold on to your breath. While you're holding on to your breath, just check how you feel right now. How do you feel? Do you feel good now? Do you feel peaceful? Just figure out how you feel. We being doing things that will settle our mind. We were not stirring up our senses or hormones. We were doing things to calm down. So you should be able to feel that calmness by now. Just sense whether you could feel that, the immense peace in you. Now you can slowly breathe out. Just allow the breath to settle into its natural rhythm. You can slowly open your eyes to end the meditation. Okay. So we have like half an hour that we can discuss something if you like. So is there anything you would like to ask me? That's half an hour. Would you like to talk, share something, or you would like me to talk on what? Please tell me. Do you know what we are doing? Why are we doing all this? Can someone tell me? Why are we putting effort to do all this? Why not spend time sitting, eating, drinking, jumping up and down, partying? Why are we spending our time like this? Can someone tell me?
I think it's important to do this because all the stuff we do every other day isn't going to give us long-term happiness, and they're all temporary things. And I think it's important that we know how to find that long-lasting happiness in our life, because we forget how to do it.
That's right. That's right. Good. Thank you.
That's okay.
We also have a message in the chat from Chandiman. He says, so we can gather merits for our present life and for our next life.
Good. Oh, that's good. The next life came. Are you sure we have a next life? Hmm? Yes, we do, right? Actually, there are many people now who even have written books, Life After Death, The Heaven Exists. And I was just thinking, I wanted to share with you about the life after, because it's not just here. We should think about the life after, because if you're not going to get fully enlightened here and now in this life, better plan to get a good birth next one. So this is why we need to live a good life here. So after we die, we can live in a good place as well. Even though our aim is to end it, if you miss it, at least you will get a good rebirth. So there is this good book, Heaven Exists, Dr. Alexander Eben. I have sent it to Ekmini just few minutes ago. There's 3 clips there, Ekmini. One is by Sadhguru about what we should do. You can play that. And after that, you can play Dr. Eben's this life after. One clip is about 1 hour, but the last one I send you an interview with him is only, I think, about half an hour, which will fit the time. So let's play Sadhguru. And the last clip I send you, I have sent you 3 clips. Let's play the first one and the last one.
Okay.
So that will wrap up the day.
When I first saw this product, I thought it looked kind of crazy. Didn't really understand what the benefits would be, but I had seen some before and after pictures on the website and thought to myself, you know what, I'm 48 years old. My face is starting to look a little bit aged. Wouldn't hurt to try. So after 30 days,
Sadhguru, what can I do for my guru? How can I support you? I felt like I want to do something. I don't know what.
The best thing you can do is don't.
I just want you to know whatever that Buddha has been taught to us is now the scientists are talking about. They're trying to, get used to these ideas, why we should love one another, why we should care for one another, and this all connectedness and everything they're talking about. And you can see he's a neurosurgeon, neuroscientist, but they admit that they don't know much about the brain, how it works and all that. But Buddha taught us. So he was really showing, you saw how the research on, I think, LSD and other drugs had shown that it shuts the part of a brain. Then only they get that experience, that ecstasy. So what it is to me, when we really rest the brain, we give a break to the brain, the real experiences starts. That's what the meditation does. What the good meditator experiences, that they are so relaxed that they don't feel the body, they feel like they're floating, and they're so peaceful, they feel like they're not just in the body but they're all over, like they're so big, like vast, like the world or the universe. Because when you kind of when your sense of self or when you're trapped into the body, that sense is gone, you feel you're really big, you're vast. Same experiences comes with those type of drugs, but the problem is they shut down part of the brain, and that weakens the brain. But when we meditate, it works in a different way, but the experiences are kind of the same. So what needs is really not to stir up your senses, not to stir up the hormones, but allow the brain to calm down. So when we calm down, when we stop all these unnecessary activities, a new dimension opens up, a new parts in the brain starts to work. So that's why it's important for us to kind of discipline ourselves in this way, not to really stir up, but to allow the brain to settle down, to calm down, so we can really experience that blissful states, the real unconditional love, the kindness. We can feel it from within, and that settles us, that makes us feel really like a whole, like a satisfied feeling, like a very joyful, happy feeling that comes from within, from the expansion of the mind. Okay, so that's what our practice is all about, from whichever the angle we do, like Sadhguru is saying. So we must strive to experience these higher states of mind. We must grow ourselves. We must let go of this lower kind of gross things and gross, desires, and just, this childish things like wanting to please the senses. When we let go of that realm, we can ascend into a higher realm. We can experience experiences that you cannot express it from words. So that's what Dr. Eben was trying to say, like when his brain shut down with meningitis, he experienced a different kind of a world, different experience, just like out of body experience, so blissful. So I just thought these are interesting things for you all to know. We can watch. So I think it's nearly 4 o'clock. Just wanted to show this so it can inspire you. You can do your own research, look in more into this area, to the field, so you know more than we should engage with our 5 senses, try to please them. There's a different way to really get peace and happiness, and we should invest more time. Okay. So I think if you have any questions, you can ask, but if you don't have any questions, I'm happy to end the session. Do you have any questions? What I showed you at the end is just like an appetizer, okay? So the rest of the day, you can choose to meditate, do a lot of walking meditation in the garden or inside the house. Drink plenty of water, keep your body alkaline, do deep breathing exercises, do the yoga and physical exercises, eat properly, and take your vitamin D, so it will strengthen your immune system and you will be okay during this time. So rest of the day, don't entertain yourself except you watch some banner or some Dhamma talk or some inspirational something like this about the brain, or you can read a Jataka story or any story about the Buddha, and have something very light in the evening to drink. And then tomorrow morning you wake up, check your mood, meditate, and then you can take 5 precepts. Okay. So hope you will spend your day, the rest of the day, meaningfully. Is there anything you would like to ask Putta? If not, we can conclude the session. Okay. So I would like to share the merits with all the committee members who run the Paramita Buddhist Vihara, and also with all the Dayakas, and also especially thanks goes to Ekmini Dua, and also to everyone else who is helping to run this program. And also I would like to share this merit with all of you who participated today, and also with your parents, with your teachers, with your siblings, with your friends, and with all beings. May all of you benefit from these merits, and may these merits bring good health, long life, and may you find success in your studies, in your work, and may all your good aspirations come true. And one day, may you all develop your wisdom and goodness and penetrate into the Four Noble Truths and be free from all kinds of physical and mental suffering and experience the bliss of Nibbana. So may you all be well, comfortable, peaceful, and happy. Sukhi hotu, Teruvan Saranai Sopativa. May you all be well, comfortable, peaceful, and happy. Sukhi.
Thank you, Mahima.
Teruvan Saranai.
Teruvan Saranai.